Awesome. Hi everyone, I'm Ari James Parker, and I'm going to read my letter. Dear Church, growing up in your walls, I felt safe and comfortable in community. I loved going to church. Not only that, but I went to early days of school in your walls. I made friends. I also learned about the Son of God. Going to church with my family are some of the most treasured memories. After a while, I didn't go to school there, but still attended church on Sundays. Things started to change in time. Mom and Dad got a divorce, and my siblings were in different places from me. For reasons I was too young to understand. Church was just mainly Dad and me, and things changed. This is hard. I felt like we were being judged for something, or that my family had done something wrong. My dad was a proud man, and he loved him some God. He would read me the Bible and teach me about the Son of God. And the meaning of each chapter. One day, we went to church to ask for help, seeing how we didn't have food at home due to my dad's recent situation at work. My dad had a meeting with the pastor. He was a family friend, and I was best friends with his daughter. I remember playing with my friend, and all of a sudden, my dad came out in a rage, and we left. My family supported you, contributed a lot financially over the years, but when we asked for help, you turned on us. Everything changed, and a void was left. I'd go to different churches with my mom or family friends, with none of them feeling like home. Some of these places felt unkind, judgmental, and cruel in nature. I hear hateful things and whispers and jokes made about gay men and women in church. Talk of eternal damnation for behaviors that I felt like were human to me. People consistently gossiping about others, whether it was jealousy for something, or jealousy for someone's blessings, or their lack of having. This hurt me because at a young age I knew I was different, but I could never put my fingers on it. Church, you became a place I no longer felt love, compassion, and understanding in. I feel that the people praised within your walls. I feared the people that praised within your walls. I never seen Jesus as something that would despise me for feeling the way I did, or I had inside. As I grew up, I noticed the moment the pastor turned their back on my dad, it had impacted my life at home and my relationship with my dad. As a teenager, religious and physical intimidation became my home life with my dad. I still had my own personal connection with God through music, art, and skateboarding. I found a cool group of older, alternative Christian musician kids that showed me new ways to worship through things that moved me. Bands that had messages that really spoke to me, and introduced me to Christian metalcore sound. anything I love or learn to love was always taken or distorted into something that came from darkness. Satan's demonic plan to bring me into his kingdom, all that stuff. I would cry and beg to have my things burnt, broken, or thrown away. I would try to explain what my views were on things, but it didn't matter. And if I spoke up too much, physical damage and abuse was the response. I blamed you, church, and I blamed you, God. I rebelled against it all. And then I grew up. I learned how to love people and how to share kindness again. I learned how to forgive my father and his actions. I chose love and forgiveness. My mother helped me remember that I was always a loving person. I started to search through many spiritual paths, and on my journey, I found myself, my true self, R.E. James Parker. But in this true self, I felt like something was missing from my life. And then along came Noel Heatherland, my love. In December of 2024, the night I was leaving for the airport to see my family in Texas for Christmas, Noel asked me if I wanted to go to church before I got dropped off. And of course, I said yes, because I never want to miss a moment with my love. I definitely had a fear growing inside of me that I would burst into flames, though. I was met with a room full of happy faces and smiling children, and a pastor that made me feel instantly comfortable. This place was the collective. Well, was and is the collective. Finally, I realized, church, you weren't the one that hurt me, or Jesus. It was a man's anger projected, and toxic bigotry of men and women in the church. A pastor that could have helped, but he chose greed and judgment